All right, welcome in everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to. Oh, there's a gigantic bee in this palm tree right here. I wish you could see it, but nonetheless, it has flown away. But this is my view as I see it right now with the water. And I wanted to give you all an update because I did go into the water today. Oh my goodness. And it was, I wanted to give you all an update. So welcome. Come on in. Come on in. I'm mad thirsty right now, so I better get some water. Where can I find water right now? I know what I'll do. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I wanted to give you all an update and talk with you all about an incident that happened today that I thought was it's not as bizarre as some might think, because I mean I already know what happened. Welcome, welcome. Oh my goodness. Man, I'm exhausted. The heat out here is no joke. Whew. All right. So let's talk. For those of you who don't know, I'm Tonya TKO. I had a huge operation about a month ago to restore my complete lung function and kidney function, right? And I've just been on one adventure after another since the surgery. And it's just been I've been keeping you all updated, so I'm just keeping you updated right now. Welcome in, welcome. So let me just start out by saying this. All right, so I went to the beach today, right? And I had a whole entire plan because so for those of you who don't know, after my surgery, I ended up with urinary incontinence. And so it was really, really bad before. When I was staying with family, it was worse. When I got into my own surroundings, it actually got better. So for those of you who are dealing with health issues, you never know how many of your health issues may get better once you change your surroundings. So that's all I'm going to say on that. It's gotten better, but it's still problematic, right? So like before, it was just like a balloon that had just like a straw opening, and the liquid would just drain out whenever it wanted to, just like I was wearing a catheter. Oh, the text just went out to the text notification squad. All right. So people are going to start coming in right now. So nonetheless, right? When I was staying with family, I was in the middle of the night just using the bathroom every 2 hours, like running because it was just like falling out. Like I would wake up to the sensation of it coming out. So I would just like go running to the bathroom to get as much of it into the toilet as I could. Right. But once I got on my own, um, because I'm in a hotel right now. And I'm going to give you all a tour because the last time I was connected to the wrong Wi-Fi, so it was very spotty. So nonetheless, once I got into my own surroundings, it got better, but it's still problematic. And it like when I'm laying down at night, it'll just drain out when it wants to, or if I turn a particular way, it'll be like whoosh, right? So today I came up with a plan. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to the beach. I'm going to put on this bathing suit. I'm going to get into the water. And I am going to, since I'm already going to be wet, I'm going to sit down on a chair and I'm just going to let nature take its course whenever it wants to. That way I don't have to go running. And then I could just go back into the water and rinse off and then come to my room. I was like, oh, I'm going to be out there for a few hours and I'm just going to let it just drain. I was like, I was going to free ball it. Right? Why? I couldn't pee. I had shy bladder when I was in public. I don't know why. I realized today that there's a psychological component to peeing. And for some reason. So I was like sitting there just waiting for nature to take its course, and it wouldn't go. I had to actually stand up, go to the water, get my feet in the water. And then once I got my feet in the water, I was able to just like breathe in deep. Imagine I was in the shower, and then it it drained down. But other than that, it just wouldn't come out, right? So let me see. Hey, JJ. Hey, Michael. Hey, Akima. Welcome, 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 welcome. All right. So nonetheless, that was that. So I had a nice little fun day at the beach, even though I couldn't get. And then as soon as I left the beach and I went to the shower, here we go. Boosh. Boosh. It just started coming out. So I was like, okay, I don't know what's going on. But nonetheless, so let me tell you about the great food caper. Okay. So let me show you all. First of all, let me show you my view so that I could get the camera turned around so that you could see. Oh, that's not the right thing. Video. All right. Camera two facing back. All right. So as you see my beautiful, amazing view. Those are my pee pads up on the thing, but nonetheless. So here is my food, right? So this food, as you can see, this is a tremendous amount of food. There's a huge piece of salmon here, right? There's rice and peas, corn, what do you call this? Carrot. I don't know what this orange thing is here, but you see there's rice and peas, there's macaroni pie, there's lemon, a plantain, and some salad, right? Okay. So this meal here costs $50, right? And I have a friend here who's always been so good to me, and I decided to treat him to a meal because I've known him for years, and whenever I come, he always just looks out for me. When I've had my birthday here, he's had little, made sure that I had a little celebration, come what may, right? So I decided to take him. So I took me and him to the place and got the meals, right? Okay. So I come back to my room last night and it was a little late, and that's too much food, as you can see. That's too much food to eat in one sitting, right? So I nibbled on a little bit of it last night, and I was like, today is the day that I'm going to chow down, right? So I'm like, all right. So I don't have a microwave in this room, so I took it out like right before lunchtime, and so that it could warm up a little bit because it's hot here. So even if it warmed up a little bit, room temperature would be good enough to eat, right? So I was like, okay, good, right? So I came back in from the beach. I took a shower. I wanted to go visit an old associate who had a baby. So I wanted to visit her and her baby. So I meant to take the food with me, right? Because when I came back in from the beach, the housekeeper was inside the room doing she wasn't in the room, but I could see that she had already begun her thing. So I took a shower real quick, washed out my bathing suit, and then I was like, you know what? Let me grab my food. But then there was a knock on the door. It was her. So I was like, you know what? Let me just get out of her hair. I left my food on the table by mistake, right? Just like that, with not on this table, but on the inside table, in the styrofoam, right? So I visited my friend with the baby. Baby is so cute, so precious. Life is just so lovely, right? The food was not spoiled. It was not spoiled. It was in the refrigerator, silly. So it had been refrigerated overnight and it had been on the table for what, an hour or so. So nonetheless, right? I come back, the food is gone, right? I'm like, oh my goodness, where's the food? So I run downstairs. I ask the woman downstairs if she's seen the housekeeper. She's like, no. So then I go to the front desk and I'm like, um, hold on. Yeah. So I've just found out how to block someone. So welcome to the block party. So nonetheless, so I go to the front desk and I'm like, I don't know what happened. How my I had food on the table. The housekeeper came. Now my food is not there, right? So then she's calling to find the housekeeper, blah, blah, blah. So then I go back to go to the room to check and see what else might be missing, right? But on my way, the woman who I asked if the housekeeper was there, if she had seen the housekeeper, she was like, oh, the housekeeper is in here now. So I knock on the door and I'm like, what happened to the food that was on the table? And she was like, oh, oh, I thought it was garbage, right? So then I was like, how could you think something that was that heavy could be garbage? I was like, no way you thought that that was garbage, right? So then I was getting ready to walk to the front desk, but then I said, as a matter of fact, where's the food now? She had taken the food, tied it up nicely in a bag, and had it alongside her bucket, right? And I went to go pick up the food, right? Because she had it all neat and everything. I went to pick up the food, and the food was so light. I was like, no, that is not what I left here. I was like, mm-mm. I was like, no. So then I went to the front desk and I was like, look, blah, 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 blah. So then I went to go to the bathroom. I come out of so they were like, they're going to reimburse me, right? Because I'm like, look, I need to get reimbursed for my food, right? So I go to the bathroom. When I come out of the bathroom, they brought the partially empty container to the front desk. And the girl at the front desk is like snickering at me like, now, if this had been a full container of food, we would have reimbursed you, but this is not a full container. We're not going to reimburse you. And I was like, and she was like, see here, all that's in here is some salmon. And I was like, no, that's not how I left it. And I was like, when I left it, there was all of this food in there. And she was like, well, you tell me that you didn't eat any of the food. I was like, yeah, I ate some of it, but I only nibbled on it, but it was a full container of food. And she was like, well, she was like, your story keep changing because now you say you seen her and this, that, and the other. And I was like, yeah, after I left. And I tried to explain the story to her. She wasn't really trying to hear the story. But I was like, look, I'm not playing this game with you. I'm just going to wait for the manager because I'm like, and she's like, this is your food, right? And it's in the same bag that you get from the restaurant. I was like, listen, when I left it, it wasn't in a bag. It wasn't in a bag. But nonetheless, the manager went and the manager refunded me. Well, she reimbursed me, but the girl was like steady going on talking about I wouldn't have did it. You shouldn't give her her money back. That is not a full plate. And I'm like, what is it that she's not getting? I'm like, either the woman ate some or she threw it away somewhere else. And then when I was walking back to my room, I saw that she had a big garbage bag, like a big garbage bag. But she didn't take the styrofoam thing like that. And she didn't take that and throw it into the garbage bag because then it would have opened and everything would have been everywhere. She didn't do that. She tied it up neatly and placed it alongside her bucket. So I don't know what happened to the rest of the food. I don't know what happened to the rest of the food, but you see that this is too much for one person to eat in one sitting. But nonetheless, it was taken care of. I went back to the spot. I told them what happened. We all had a good laugh. And then I ran some errands. I went to the hospital to get my hospital records to see what tests they ran on me, what the results were, and all of that stuff. And they couldn't find my records. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wow. Smiley says, why would you think trash would be on the table? Well, maybe like that girl who was here earlier was saying, maybe she thought it was spoiled. I mean, but you could smell what spoiled smell like. And plus, the food was still cold because I would taken it out of the refrigerator. So, yeah. So, anyway, so let me give you all a tour that we didn't really get a chance to have the last time because the because the because the whatchamacallit. So this is my view. Oh, you can't. So this is my view. There's the ocean out there. It's 360 degrees of just greenery. I love this. I love it here. It's just so beautiful. I have two beach chairs in here. And then once inside the queen suite, there's this massive canopy bed that is just amazing. There's a little chair where I have my little yoga mat. And this is the table, right? This is the table that the food was on, right near my pills and near my cherries that I eat daily because I love cherries so much. So then here are some old storm blinds made out of wood. This is the old rustic ones that's from back in the days. Here's that gigantic queen bed. As you see, I have a refrigerator right here. And there's a closet here. We know from the last, let me see if I can get my light on because the sun is going down. So we know from the last time that the bed is super high. It's more higher than waist length or waist height. There's a TV there. And then this is the queen's bathroom. And there's beautiful lights, sink, sink, and a window that just looks out into the world. It's just amazing, untouched nature. And it is just, and I asked her where the cherries were, and she was like, oh, the cherries are still on the table. And I was like, okay. So the cherries were still there, but the food was taken. Listen, I can't hate because I know what it's like to be hungry. And I know what it's like to be like, oh, this is my lucky day. You know what I mean? Oh, my light is not coming on for some reason. Oh, there it goes. All right, there we go. All right, so any questions before I jump off of here? I was hoping to be able to get a little nap. Today is the last day of my antibiotics. So I am both excited about that and a little scared because I'm like, all right, I just want to make sure everything is all right before you know? Okay, so nonetheless, any questions before I jump off? I showed you all the toilet already. What's wrong with you, JJ? I showed you all the toilet the other day. The toilet is brand new. You're so silly. I don't know what's wrong with you. Oh, and I showed the toilet in the last video, so oh, all right. So listen, I am going to try to take me um I'm going to try to take me a little nap, and I feel Mr. Urine saying, "Hello, is it me you're looking for?" Maybe because I said the word toilet, and Mr. Urine is like peeking out. Like I gotta, it's yeah. But when I was outside in my bathing suit, Mr. Urine, when I was outside in my bathing suit, Mr. Urine wasn't cooperating. I love you all too. So on that note, I am going to jump out of here. I'm going to try to get me a little bit of nap. There's a lot going on the island right now because this is carnival time. Carnival here is called Culturama, and they're having a big food fair today. I tried to walk past there, but with the sun and how I really need to be resting, I had to cop out and just I actually ended up meeting up with a cousin. We had lunch on the beach. It was so beautiful. I wish I had taken a picture of where it is that we were eating because they had these tables set up like 20 feet from the ocean. And it was just a nice vibe. But I was just so caught up in the conversation and everything that I didn't even take video or nothing of it. right? So listen, tomorrow is my birthday, so make sure that you all wish me a happy birthday tomorrow. And if I get a chance to broadcast tomorrow, I will. And if not, I will see you all on the next broadcast. Oh, I don't know what else to say. I I guess yeah. I guess part of the reason that I'm showing you all the room again today is because tomorrow is the last day that I have the room for and I have to check out, and I don't really know what's going to happen from there. I really kind of been up in the air because, the hotels on Nevis are just really expensive. They're really, really, really expensive. And so it's like the cost of hotel room or airfare. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm contemplating right now, because even airfare last minute compared to the cost of hotel room, because like the Four Seasons, I'm just going to be honest with you, the Four Seasons is $500 a night here. And so I'm like, I just don't like, I like this vibe. I like this beachy, earthy part of nature vibe. I don't want to be on the Four Seasons. So I have big decisions to make. So I love you all very, very much. Just keep me in your thoughts, keep me uplifted, because I realize from this situation that anybody can go at any time. Like, life is not promised to us. Life is not promised to me. And there's a lot more that I need to do, that I want to do. And so, yeah. On that note, let me go ahead and try to get me a little nap, and then I will see you all in the next video. Oh, you know what? I've never done one of those bathroom videos with the bathroom lights. All right. I look crazy. I look like a drunk. I love you too, Latasha. All right, Fallon. All right, everyone. I will see you all in the next video. Tonya TKO, and I'm out. Go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. When I get back to the US, we're going to start diving deep into lessons and all types of stuff. All right. I'll see